Okay. What came to his mind is about a joint program between St. Paul's University and a Korean university. Thank you so much. Any other answer or response? You know, if you don't talk, I'm going to appoint you.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My name is Faith Modoni. So when I heard about the lecture, what came into my mind is how the Innovation Hub in St. Paul's University can benefit and become greater after we hear from the lecture, and also opportunities to benchmark on innovation opportunities. Yes.
Thank you so much, Modoni. I know Modoni is one of the beneficiaries from some of the programs that we offer with one of the universities in Korea. I can see she positioned herself strategically. If you can be those who are sitting next to her, can you read what is written on her shirt or her blouse? What is it written? Now, if you are sitting next to Modoni, you know there is no any other person we are addressing. Can you read? Hadong Global University. Where does that university come from? Who knows? Yes? From South Korea. You can see how people position themselves strategically. Yeah? So at some point, I know you will come and participate here with the ambassador now that we brought the ambassador here. So thank you so much. Allow me now to ask you one, now that you don't want to answer me or to ask questions or even to say what came to your mind. Now, I know most of us use smartphones, right? Who has a smartphone that has been made from Korea? You do not know even where your smartphone has been made from. Which is one of the biggest companies in South Korea that makes phones? You have the answers, but you are fearing to say. It is which one? Let me see by a show of hands. Which one? Samsung. Yes, thank you. Let's appreciate her. Thank you so much. Let me ask the second one. Now this one is, I will give a gift now actually. So be ready. Can I get a volunteer to answer this question? Now you see, you don't want. Let me see a volunteer. I ask. No, I want to see who is going to answer. Let me see by a show of hands. It's an easy one. Okay, now I withdraw my gift. But let me ask the question. Who knows the capital city of South Korea? Now you see how many hands are up. Why were you not offering yourself? Which one? Seoul. You see, why didn't you offer yourself to answer my question? Anyway, thank you so much. I think now we are understanding things, and we will know more about Korea and South Korea at large. So this afternoon, it gives me a lot of pleasure or a great pleasure to welcome you to yet another public lecture series at our university. However, this one we don't want to say it's just another public lecture, but it's another academic engagement. It is unique and distinguished occasion that brings together diplomacy, international relations, education, and global partnership under one platform. This afternoon, we have the privilege of hosting His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, of Korea to Kenya, who will address us on the timely and important theme, Kenya-Korea Republic or democratic or diplomatic relations. Over the years, St. Paul's University has had the honor of hosting ambassadors, diplomats, scholars, and global thought leaders who have enriched our intellectual community through insightful conversations on matters national, regional, and global significance. These engagements have broadened the perceptives of our students, faculty, staff, while strengthening the university's commitment to producing globally minded leaders. So this afternoon, we thank the Lord for granting us yet another opportunity to learn from the distinguished diplomat and representative of one of the world's leading economies and innovation hubs. Today, the lecture comes at a time when the international cooperation, strategic partnerships, and cultural exchange are increasingly important in shaping the sustainable development and global prosperity. So we are honored to have or to listen from the ambassador this afternoon. But before then, allow me to invite two people who are going to speak to us. One being the student leader, who is going to give us a very brief history about the university in a very brief way. And then after that, we are going to watch a video about 5 minutes before we get into listen from the DVCs and the VC, and then later on from the ambassador. So the student leader, David, you're most welcome. We just inducted you the other day. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? And we have already now had a due offer to your comrades to start serving them. Karibu sana.
Good afternoon. I didn't know that sign language is interesting because I'm seeing this lady and she's anyway, I'm David Kateria, St. Paul's University student president, and I'm going to give a brief history of St. Paul's University. His Excellency Kang Hyung, Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Kenya. VC, Vice Chancellor Professor Esther Mombo, DVCA Petronila Atuya, DVCFA Dr. Muiri Gikula, Head of Corporate Affairs Mr. Michael Mungai, Deans, HODs and Directors, SPUSA leaders, all staffs and students. Good afternoon. St. Paul's University is a private chartered Christian ecumenical institution of higher learning with an estimated student population of about 6,300 full-time staff, full-time and part-time staff. Our vision, the transformative Christian University of Excellence for Global Services. Our mission is to develop transformative servant leaders through innovating teaching, learning research, and spiritual formations. Our philosophy, commitment to Christian ecumenism, equality service, and high academic standards as inspired by Christian faith and founded upon Christian values. Our core values are ecumenism, service, teamwork, professionalism, accountability, unity, leadership, and stewardship. The main campus is located in Limuru, with campuses in Nairobi and Nakuru. The university students community has an internal outlook with students drawn from over 23 countries. The university has 5 schools, namely the School of Theology, the School of Business and Leadership Studies, the School of Communication and Computer Science, the School of Education and Social Sciences, and the School of Health Sciences. The university also has 4 directorates that include research and innovations, quality assurance postgraduate studies, and open distance and e-learning, that's the ODEL. Additionally, the university has 6 centers, namely St. Paul's Institute of Lifelong Learning and Leadership Development Center, Center of Integral Mission, Center of Bible Translation, Center of Christian-Muslims Relations, Center of Ethics, Integrity and Governance, African Center of Biblical Equality. In its commitment to equity and ensuring access to high equality education, the university provides scholarship each year to needy and deserving students. For instance, on Saturday 20th June 2026, the university will be having an inaugural Elimu Bora Run 2026, an initiative that seeks to raise scholarship funds for needy and deserving students, ensuring that access to quality education remains a reality for talented young people regardless of their financial circumstances. Since its inception, and as VC said, we need to have a okay. The university has graduated over 737 students at certificate, diploma, undergraduate and postgraduate levels. The alumni of St. Paul's University serves in diverse positions in leadership and governance, research, academia and business, among others. SPU research strength is largely in the areas of theology, social science and humanities, business communication and health sciences. Our history. 1975, the Church Missionary Society, CMS, founded a settlement for freed slaves at Ferere Town near Mombasa. 1888, the Reverend E.A. Fitch began a divinity class designed to offer some practical skills and Christian leadership training to the freed slaves. The divinity class offered training to 6 teachers, evangelists who were ordained deacons, and subsequently began training of Africans for the ordained ministry of the church, of the Christian church. 1903, the Reverend Beans laid the foundation stones of St. Paul's Divinity School at Ferere Town, Mombasa, on the 28th July. 1930, the foundation stone of the St. Paul's Divinity School was transferred to the main campus in Limuru in January. 1949, the Presbyterian Church of East Africa and Methodist Church in Kenya joined the Anglican institution and brought in their ministerial candidates for training. 1954, a traditional union was accomplished when the 3 churches formed a college council to run the affairs of the college. In 1955, the CMS St. Paul's Divinity School became St. Paul's United Theological College on 1st January. And 1963, inauguration of an external London University Bachelor of Divinity degree. In 1973, the Reformed Church of East Africa formally joined the 3 other churches as the 4th participating partner. In 1978, inauguration of the Association of East Africa Theological Institutions, Bachelor of Divinity degree. In 1986, St. Paul's registered as limited company. In 1987, Charter of Cooperation of St. Paul's United Theological College is refined. In 1988, launch of the St. Paul's Bachelor of Divinity program. In 1993, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, in its corporate identity, was admitted by the governing council of the 5th participating partner in the ownership of the college. The university is based upon the partnership of the 4 participating churches and the NCCK as corporate body, with the presentation in the governing council begin SCK 50%, PCEA 20%, MCK 10%, RCEA 10%, and NCCK 10%. 203, commemoration of 100 years of existing. 207, the institution was awarded a charter by His Excellency Honorable Mwai Kibaki to become St. Paul's University on 14th September. 208, installation of the first chancellor. 2010, establishment of St. Paul's University, Nairobi campus. 2011, establishment of St. Paul's University, Nairobi campus. 2018, installation of the second university chancellor, and 2020, foundation stone laid for the Joshua and Timothy School of Theology building. Graduation of the first cohort of PhD students. 2023, St. Paul's University awarded ISO 9001 2015 certification. 2025, St. Paul's University launches strategic plan 2025-2030, paving the way for innovation, digitalization, and sustainability. Governance and structure. The university is based upon the union of the 4 participating churches and 1 corporate body. These trustees are Anglican Church of Kenya, ACK, Presbyterian Church of East Africa, Methodist Church in Kenya, Reformed Church of East Africa, the National Council of Churches of Kenya. These institutions provide governance through the Board of Trustees, University Council, Human Resource Committee, and Finance and General Purpose Committee. Management structure. The running of the university is managed by the Board of Management, BOM, which comprises of various officers heading different key departments. These are the Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic Affairs, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Finance and Administration, the Finance Manager, the Registrar Administration, the Deputy Registrar Academics, the Deputy Corporate Affairs Manager, the Dean Joshua and Timothy School of Theology, the Dean School of Education and Social Science, the Dean School of Communication and Computer Science, the Dean School of Health Sciences, the Dean of Students, the Principal Nairobi Campus, the Nakuru Campus Coordinator, the Internal Auditor, the Human Resource Manager, Director, TVET. What makes St. Paul's University unique? Our rich history. The university has been in existence for past 120 years, making St. Paul's one of the oldest and most trusted universities in the region. Quality program. St. Paul's University offers unique market-driven postgraduate, bachelor's, diploma, and certificate programs. Scholarships. The university offers work study and other prestigious scholarship to needy and deserving students from financially vulnerable backgrounds. Cost-friendly fees. The university charges highly discounted cost for school fee and also provides a convenient fee payment plan. Mode of study. The university has an array of modes of study that is flexible and fits to the student's schedule. This includes modular day, evening, weekend, and distance learning. International outlook. The university has students from over 23 nationalities pursuing various academics programs from our 3 campuses in Limuru, Nairobi, and Nakuru. Spiritual formations. The university has spiritual formation programs designed to nurture staff and students towards spiritual faith. Research and innovation. The university has established itself as a center of excellence in research and innovation regionally. Modern TV and radio studio. The university has invested heavily in equipping the TV, radio studio, Light FM 99.9, offer trending practical component of the communication programs. Recreation facilities. The university has an established gym, well-maintained outdoor sports arena, indoor sports facilities, cyber cave, information center, and entertainment lobbies fitted with TV screens. World-class facilities. The university boasts of modern library, laboratories, students center, hostels, and lecture halls that provides the much needed ambience for studies. Partnership, strategic partnerships with like-minded, reputable organizations across the globe expose students to much sought-after opportunities that are in strict to fulfilling campus experience. Thank you very much. And that's the brief history of St. Paul's University. May God bless you all, and may God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's appreciate the president. Much better than that. You know, the university has indeed a very long history, and David has confirmed to us that indeed if we were to speak about St. Paul's, if we begin now, even by 4, we will not have finished. But thank you so much for giving us that history about the university. I know there are some who didn't know some of the things that David has talked about, and we appreciate you for that. I want us now, I can see time is far much gone, but if we can allow, we play that video, if it is ready, like now, the next 4-5 minutes, and if it goes beyond, we will stop it at some point, but I hope it's ready that we can play. If you are ready, and we can switch off the lights on this side. And before that, I know the pastor may not be able to watch it clearly. Kadri DPC, would you mind if you can sit here for those 5 minutes, and then we come back here in the PC as well, if you don't mind.
Welcome to Kenya, the heart of East Africa, a country rich in culture, diversity, innovation, and opportunity. Known for its breathtaking landscapes, vibrant cities, entrepreneurial spirit, and growing reputation as a hub for education, sustainability, and global connection. It is here, in the tranquil and scenic environment of Limuru, just a short distance from Nairobi, that you will find St. Paul's University. With a legacy spanning over a century, St. Paul's University stands as one of Kenya's oldest and most respected private chartered institutions. Founded on strong Christian values and academic excellence, the university has consistently nurtured graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also ethical, innovative, and globally competitive.
The main reason why St. Paul's feels like home is because ever since I came here, people have just been so warm and kind to me. They can tell I'm not from here, so people have gone out of their way to make sure I'm comfortable, to make sure I have everything I need, to help me get adjusted to life here, teaching me Swahili. So I really just enjoy myself and my time here, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Today, St. Paul's offers a wide range of programs across disciplines such as business, communication, education, theology, information technology, and social sciences.
Hello, my name is Lucio Montenegro. I am half Angolan, half Ethiopian, studying at St. Paul's University, 4th year in communication. And I love St. Paul's University because it embraces holistic education and ecumenical values.
My name is Virginia Kamau from St. Paul's University. I am a community development student, and joining St. Paul's University was the best decision I ever made. I got to learn about it through my sister, who was once a student here. And for a mom to take 2 of her daughters in the same school, it shows that it's a nice learning institution.
The university community also embraces sustainability and responsible living through environmental awareness initiatives, innovation projects, mentorship programs, and community outreach activities that encourage students to become agents of positive change. One inspiring example is EcoBana, a student-led innovation project that gained international recognition after developing environmentally friendly sanitary pads made from banana fibers.
St. Paul's University is a university of choice. The curriculum, the ambience, the programs are designed to bring the best in our youth and those who seek education.
We have made St. Paul's University as NCSK as the premier research and development institution.
Over the years, St. Paul's University has produced graduates who are making impact across various sectors including media, business, education, governance, ministry, technology, and community development.
My name is Esther Mombo, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to interact with you today. It has been truly a privilege to work with St. Paul's University. Let me start by saying that I am a graduate of St. Paul's University many years. I did my undergraduate studies at St. Paul's University. So my journey has been seeing the university turn from a united theological college to a fully fledged ecumenical university.
My name is Beverly Shumi, a proud alumni, class of 2018. I have a bachelor's degree in business administration and management, first class honors from St. Paul's University.
My name is Thomas Nudi, a proud alumni of St. Paul's University, class of 2019, bachelor's of business and information technology.
I've been an online student of the St. Paul's University, undertaking bachelor's in leadership and management. And today I feel so happy. Why am I happy? It is because I've graduated finally with first class honors, despite being an online student. So this means that it is possible. Whether you are full-time, weekends, or online, it is possible.
Yet, at its core, it remains grounded in its mission to inspire minds, nurture purpose, and transform lives. So whether you're joining from Kenya, across Africa, or anywhere in the world, St. Paul's University offers you more than education. It offers you a foundation for your future. St. Paul's University, the university of choice.
St. Paul's University, my university of choice. St. Paul's University, my university of choice. I want to believe it's coming from the heart. Yes, thank you so much. That's a short video of St. Paul's University. We have a longer one and so many other different fashions. Our ambassador, that is your university of choice as well. To usher us now to listen from the ambassador, I would want to invite the DVC, the acting DVC in charge of academics, to come and give her remarks, and then invite the DVC who will invite the VC. Let's appreciate Dr. Petronila as she comes to speak to us.
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, the Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration and Finance, members of management, Senate, staff, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a great honor to welcome Your Excellency to our university for this public lecture. Your presence today affirms the Korea-Kenya relationship, which has stood for over 6 decades in partnership and grounded in learning. Diplomacy between nations lives in embassies and treaties, but it also lives right here in lecture halls and student exchange programs. Korea support through KOIGA, the Korea African Foundation, and technical training initiatives have opened doors for thousands of Kenyan students. Your scholarships, your expertise in ICT, green technology, and smart manufacturing are helping us shape graduates who are globally competitive. As the acting Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, I see this partnership every day. Korea innovations inspire our research, and we have just talked about the Handong University and our students' research work. Korea work ethics challenges our students to aim higher, and Kenyan creativity offers Korea fresh perspectives on Africa's challenges. Your Excellency, we thank the government and the people of Korea for working with us. Today's lecture is more than an address. It is a bridge, connecting policy to practice and diplomacy to the dreams of our students. We look forward to deepening this collaboration in joint research, faculty exchange, and curriculum development. On behalf of the academics community, I wish you a fruitful engagement. Karibu sana. I now take this opportunity to welcome the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Finance and Administration to come and make his remarks. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the Ambassador of South Korea to the Republic of Kenya, and Your Excellency, Madam Vice Chancellor, St. Paul's University, my colleagues, staff and students, and wonderful partners in this journey, good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. It is a great joy to celebrate a great partnership between nations. And because I'm celebrating that partnership, I will summarize my remarks in just 3 components. The Kenya-Korea diplomatic relations. Friendly nations, friendly relations. Very enduring. In good times, in hard times, we have always known and earned the reassurance that South Korea stands with the Republic of Kenya. And that's a wonderful thing to have. The Kenya Advanced Institute of Science and Technology that has just been chartered in the Republic of Kenya in the month of May is testament to these friendly relations. At least I had the opportunity in the early thinking about KAIST, when the Minister for Education called the then Vice Chancellor of JKUAT, Professor Mabel Imbuga, and 2 of us were sent to a small room in Westlands of Nairobi. And we sat and the ideas began shipping up. Professor Walter Oyawa went on to become the CEO of NACOST, the National Council of Science and Technology in the Republic of Kenya. And finally, I found myself here. But the dream has lived on to see the birth of one of our youngest universities in the Republic of Kenya. Friends, that is testament to an enduring relationship that does not just happen in small rooms or boardrooms, but also realizes real artifacts that we can all celebrate as a country, as a region, and even as the world at large. On my way here, I had the opportunity to prepare somebody to take over while I served as a director of ICT and innovation. And when we looked at where I would send this person for development to take over from me, we found Adong University. So then my immediate former deputy is now on his way to complete his master's in ICT policy and regulation, and he amazes me with the things he's studying around artificial intelligence and its application to advance the small spaces of research and innovation in the world. I was so surprised that this would follow me, because while I was just a few months old in this university, I also find a very strong relationship between Andong University and St. Paul's University. And before I clocked 1 year, I find myself sitting next to the ambassador of South Korea. Please clap for the ambassador. And we have a testimony of that relationship among us. When our corporate affairs manager, Mr. Mungai, asked a question, I could see the confidence of one who has tested the Korean education. So we celebrate you once more for that wonderful thing. Please join me in celebrating this. Secondly, the Kenya-Korea challenge. We all came from many years of colonial experience. It was painful for both Kenya and for South Korea. But then, by God's grace, we are here today, celebrating the end of the shackles and the beginning of hope among us. I have always known something about Kenya and Korea from history and from statements issued casually in the streets of the Republic of Kenya. That in the 1960s and 70s, Kenya's economy was stronger than the economy of South Korea, to the extent that Kenya actually lent to the Republic of Korea. But you know what? That casual statement has today been confirmed by His Excellency, the Ambassador, that actually we played a role as a country in powering the Korean economy as it is today. Again, I invite you as fellow Kenyans to celebrate the years of our strength and the artifacts of our generosity as a country. You don't celebrate yourselves? We also happen to be living in challenged neighborhoods. In the Republic of Kenya, for the last 30, 40 years, we have always had the challenge of the north, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, and the refugees that come to this nation. It has always been a burden to this nation. In the Christian circles, we have also always referred to ourselves as a father nation, because a father will receive, embrace, nurture, and move. Of course, there is no adequate father without a mother. So we have always celebrated the goodness that you have always taken care of those in needed spaces and supported them. I didn't know until today that actually it would not have been possible for us to carry that burden. South Korea stands as the top, the greatest donor to Kakuma refugee camp. So thank you very much for supporting us to be able to carry the burden of the troubled north in our region. We also know that South Korea has a troubled north, and they have borne and they have gained strength because they have kind hearts and they have continued to uphold values of humanity. Then finally, what are our hopes and our joys? From this public lecture, I see a few things that are going to come out. One, as a university, we are at the end of the first year of implementing a very audacious strategic plan. A strategic plan that will not only look at the quality of our programs, but also the quality of our experiences and the quality of the product we send to the industry, and how well we can relate with the industry to fortify this product. In this strategic plan, we have committed ourselves to not only build the muscle for today, but also for the sustainable future. And that is why we have the St. Paul's University Endowment Fund in its first year of establishment. But we also find ourselves in another unique position. The Republic of Kenya has adopted a new curriculum, the competency-based education. St. Paul's University is at the very center of implementing not only the national strategy around competency-based education, but much more also addressing the STEM question. Perhaps learning from the Korean model, where education is not just practical and enticing, but much more also answering to the needs of the society. I am believing that as we engage today, as we interact today and into the future, we will also learn how to build our muscle to meet the national needs around competency and around STEM education. After all, I've also learned today that Korea now holds the top position in terms of what we require to drive the AI era. I think the ambassador referred to it as the high-performance memory chip. It is now the top in the world. AI is depending on South Korea. Please join me in celebrating South Korea. I look forward to the student and staff mobility that will come out of our strong relations. I also look forward to strong joint research and commercialization of research activities. We have just established our innovation park as an institution. Beyond the theoretical aspects of innovation, I also look forward to a moment when we can begin prototyping, patenting, and releasing these products to meet the needs of the society. And I believe we have an opportunity to learn from South Korea. Of course, when we have done all this, we also need to go out in the field and rejoice in the joy thereof. So we invite you to the SPU Limuru run on 20th, where I can learn a little Korean, you can learn a little Kiswahili, we can enjoy our social space together, we can exercise, we can also lift up the brand of the Republic of Kenya and St. Paul's University. We can also lift up the brand of the Republic of South Korea and the beauties thereof. I also expect that we will also pick up something from the story quantifying today, our blogs and our visibility, that it will be known that we did not just host somebody, we hosted someone in the stature of an ambassador. Your Excellency, you are welcome. I believe that from your speech, we'll also have some theses and dissertations coming out of it. So Karibu Balozi Kang, welcome Ambassador Kang. May I now have the opportunity to invite Her Excellency, the Vice Chancellor, to give us our remarks. Thank you.
Kenya, H.E Kang Hyung-Shik, members of the diplomatic corps present, members of the management board and senate, faculty, staff, and students of St. Paul's, those listening in Nakuru, Nairobi, and Limuru now, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I can't hear you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to St. Paul's University for this important public lecture on the theme Kenya-Korea Diplomatic Relations. Mine is to introduce our speaker this afternoon, and may I say just a few things as I introduce the speaker. Allow me to express our sincere gratitude to His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea, for graciously accepting our invitation to visit St. Paul's and deliver this public lecture. Your presence here today is a testament to the strong and growing relationship between the two countries. Your Excellency, public lectures play an important role in enriching intellectual discourse within universities. Today's lecture, therefore, is particularly significant because St. Paul's University has a long-standing and fruitful relationship with some institutions in South Korea, namely Handong Global University and Yonsei University. From Handong University, for a long time, we've had our students participating in the Global Entrepreneurship Training, or the H.E program. This program, we know, has provided a unique platform for students to develop entrepreneurial skills, innovation, leadership, and global outlook. This year we had one, and it was known as the Africa Startup Revival Star Training Program. We also take pride in the fact that our Chancellor, Professor Margaret Corbier, was invited last year to South Korea as a speaker during the Yonsei University 140th anniversary conference. She represented St. Paul's University and Kenya with distinction. Your Excellency, we particularly appreciate the choice of today's theme, Kenya-Korea diplomatic relations. The topic comes at a very opportune time in an increasingly intercontinental, interconnected world. Strong international relationships are essential for development, innovation, trade, education, technology, transfer, and cultural exchange. So Kenya and South Korea have had years built on strong diplomatic partnerships characterized by cooperation in areas such as education, and that's why we are grateful that we are here today. We welcome opportunities for enhanced collaboration between St. Paul's University and institutions in South Korea through student and staff exchange. Joint research, as has been noted by our DVCAA, innovation, partnerships, scholarships, entrepreneurship programs, and academic collaborations. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me now to name who our speaker is this afternoon. His Excellency Kang Hyung-Shik is the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea in Kenya. He holds a Bachelor's of Arts in Geography Education from Korean University and a Master of Arts in Diplomacy and National Security from Kogi University, South Korea. Ambassador Kang joined the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Korea in 1991 and has served with distinction in various diplomatic assignments across the world, including the United States, India, China, and Italy. Throughout his distinguished diplomatic career, he has held several senior positions, including Director of Overseas Missions, Director General for Overseas Korean Nationals Protection, and the Consul General in Milan, Italy. His Excellency's extensive experience in international diplomacy, consular affairs, and global partnerships has significantly contributed to strengthening Koreans' relations with countries around the world. Finally, he is married and is blessed with 2 daughters and 1 son. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we stand in warmly welcoming His Excellency, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Kenya, to deliver today's public lecture. Karibu sana, Your Excellency.
faculty members, and dear students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Hamjambo once again. It was great pleasure and honors to visit St. Paul Universities, one of the most prestigious and oldest university in Kenya, and give lectures on the topics Korea and Kenya diplomatic relations, called beautiful partnerships between Korea and Kenya. St. Paul University, founded in 1903, is one of the Kenya's leading private Christian institutions. I understand that it has contributed significantly to the development of these countries by cultivating talent in various fields, including theology, business administrations, communications, education, health, social, and computer science. I'd like to express my heartfelt appreciations to Vice Chancellor Professor Esther Mombo for giving me opportunity to speak on the relationship between Korea and Kenya. I also wish to extend my deepest gratitude to distinguished faculty members and students attending today's lectures for your keen interest in Korea. While I believe many of you already have some understanding of Korea-Kenya relations through internet, YouTube, and media, I hope today's lecture will deepen your understanding and make you even come close to Korea. Furthermore, I'd like to encourage all of you to serve as bridge for the future development of bilateral relations between our two nations. My presentation today will cover a brief personal introductions, the current status of Korean embassy in Kenya, the Korea's international standing, tourism in Korea, the history of Korea-Kenya relations, and then strategies for expanding cooperations between our two countries. As already your Honorable Vice Chancellor introduced me already, I want to skip this part, but I can introduce the family photos. I have the Vice Chancellor mentions two beautiful daughters and one son. My two daughters now working in Korea. I'm now living in Kenya with my wife and then my youngest son. The Consulate General of the Republic of Korea in Kenya was first established in August 1963. This was followed by the opening of Embassy of the Republic of Korea in Nairobi in February 1964, immediately after our nations established formal diplomatic relations. Our embassy holds the historic distinctions of being the very first Korean embassy in sub-Saharan Africa. I'm deeply honored to serve as 20th Korean ambassador to Kenya. In this capacity, I also concurrently serve as permanent representative of the Republic of Korea to the UNEP and the UN Habitat, as well as ambassador of the Republic of Korea to the Federal Republic of Somalia. Currently, our embassy is located in Misa Towers in Westland. However, we are expect to announce that construction of our new standalone embassy compound in Lavington is scheduled to break ground during the first week of next month. This new embassy building will surely serve as vital cornerstone for the future development and the deepening of Korea-Kenya relations. I'm delighted to introduce international standing of Republic of Korea, a nation that has developed at an unprecedented pace. South Korea boasts of a rich history spanning over 5,000 years. Following the founding of Gojoseon in 2333 BC, our history progressed through three kingdom periods, the United Silla, Goryeo, and Joseon dynasty. Following our liberation from Japanese colonial rule, the Republic of Korea was officially established in August 1948. Korea commemorates the founding of Gojoseon on October 3rd as National Foundation Day, known as Gacheonjeol. Every October, our embassy hosts National Day receptions to celebrate these historic occasions. Originally, Korea adopted Chinese characters for its writing systems. However, they proved highly difficult for the general public to learn, read, and write. Consequently, in 1443, King Sejong the Great of the Joseon dynasty created Hangul, a unique scientific writing system specially to make literacy accessible to all his people. Consisting of 14 consonants and 10 vowels, Hangul can accurately represent almost any sound, making Korean pronunciation relatively straightforward for learners to master. Today, the uniqueness and scientific brilliance of Hangul is globally recognized. Beyond this application in diverse artwork and designs, it has emerged as a crucial asset driving Korea's cutting-edge IT technology, industry, and digital economy. Geographically, South Korea is a peninsula located in Northeast Asia, covering an area of about 100,000 square kilometers, with a population of 51.6 million. As of 2025, our GDP reached 1.85 trillion US dollars, ranking 12th globally, with a per capita GDP of 36,000 US dollars. Our annual trade volume stood at 1.3 trillion US dollars, ranking 8th in the world. Furthermore, Korea's contributions to UN budget has risen 2.57%, about 80 million US dollars, making us 9th largest contributor globally. Major international credit ratings, including Moody's, S&P, and Fitch's, consistently award Korea some of the highest credit ratings. As of late 2025, Korea's foreign exchange reserve stood at 430 billion US dollars, backed by robust annual trade volumes. Remarkably, Korea maintains very healthy government debt to GDP ratio of 47.2%. South Korea stands as an exemplary model of nations that successfully achieve both democracy and industrializations after World War II. Since becoming official member of OECD Development Assistance Committee in November 2009, Korea has achieved the unique distinction of being the only former colonial territory to fully transition from major aid recipient to significant aid donor. In 2015, Korea became the 7th nation in the world to join prestigious 30-50 Club, following United States, Japan, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom, and Italy. The club represents nations with a population exceeding 50 million and per capita income of 30,000 US dollars or more. Furthermore, Korea has become the global pioneer in aerospace technology. In June 2022, we became the 7th country to successfully launch space satellite using our own indigenous launch vehicle. We further solidified our capabilities by successfully launching our 4th domestically built satellite in November 2025. Korea has also successfully hosted every major international event, including the Summer Winter Olympics, the FIFA World Cup, and the G20 and APEC summits. Having recently been invited to attend G7 and the NATO summit, Korea successfully hosted APEC summit in November 2025. Speaking of the World Cups, I think you are aware that today have a kick-off ceremony in the Mexico. Korea also participate in the World Cup. So tonight I'm going to join the kick-off ceremony hosted by the Mexican embassy tonight. And then also speaking of G7, I'm very glad that this year both Kenya and Korea are invited to G7 summit in the middle of this month, the next week actually. So maybe both the leader of our two countries have a chance to meet in the G7 summit meeting in France, Evian. In terms of national security, global firepower ranked South Korea's military strength 5th in the world as of January 2026, following US, Russia, China, and India. To effectively counter threats from North Korea, South Korea maintains military conscription systems with an active duty force of 450,000. Korea invests 2.32% of GDP, about $47 billion into defense spending to ensure robust self-defense capabilities. Today, Korea produces world-class defense systems, including tanks, self-propelled artillery, fighter jets, and submarines. We significantly enhanced our surveillance capabilities by successfully launching our 5th military reconnaissance satellite in November 2025. Since outbreak of the war in Ukraine, European nations such as Poland, Norway, and Romania have purchased substantial quantity of South Korean defense systems, including K2 Black Panther tanks, K9 self-propelled howitzers, and FA-50 light combat aircraft. Despite the total devastation of a Korean War, a complete lack of natural resources, and severe geopolitical vulnerabilities, South Korea achieved a miracle on Han River. This economic development was driven by strong government leaderships, close collaboration with the international community, and the mature and resilient democracies, and the sheer diligence and mindset of our people. Key factors also include strategic investment in education, infrastructures, and R&D, relentless innovations, and export-driven manufacturing policies. Crucially, maintaining powerful defense posture capable of ensuring national security and political stabilities provide the peaceful foundations necessary for its economic growth. Democracy has played a vital role in South Korea's economic trajectory. Since adopting direct presidential elections in 1987, Korea has institutionalized its democracy through numerous peaceful transitions of power. To earn the trust of voters, successive administrations have steadily expanded policies to increase government transparency, boost efficiency, and eliminate corruptions. Since the early 1990s, Korea has systematically introduced advanced governance frameworks, including world-class e-government portals, real-time financial transaction systems, and establishment of anti-corruption commissions, mandatory asset registration for high-level public officials, and the Conflict of Interest Prevention Act and the Anti-Graft Act. Under the Mutual Defense Treaty signed in October 1953, United States, as our key military ally, provide comprehensive security guarantees, including nuclear umbrella. This ironclad security guarantee has been instrumental to our success, allowing Korea to safely allocate more resources toward economic development and national growth. Over the decades, this military alliance has evolved into comprehensive global partnership spanning science, technology, shipbuilding, semiconductors, and global supply chains. At the bilateral summit in October 2025, the U.S. agreed to cooperate on South Korea's development of nuclear power submarines, and the follow-up negotiations are currently underway. If finalized, the South Korea will become the 6th nation in the world to build nuclear-powered submarine. With over 70% of our terrain being mountainous, South Korea possesses very limited arable land and virtually no mineral resources. We rely entirely on imports for oil and gas, as well as for critical minerals such as rare earths, cobalt, nickels, graphite, aluminum, copper, and coal. We also import most of our food staples with the exception of rice. To overcome this constraint, Korea chose to invest heavily in its people, recognizing that human capital is our greatest resources. This focus dramatically accelerates economic development and raises public awareness of democratic values. The Korean government have consistently funded world-class educational infrastructure, while Korean parents are world-renowned for their deep commitment to their children's higher educations and overseas studies. Consequently, Korea maintains highest university enrollment rate in the world, exceeding 70%, and ranks among the highest globally in number of international students sent abroad per capita. To address the limitation of a small domestic market, Korea adopted export-led growth strategies centered on manufacturing in the 1960s. Today, manufacturing accounts for 24% of Korea's GDP, ranking second among OECD countries only to Ireland. Our total trade volume accounts for over 80% of our GDP. To expand our economic horizons, Korea has established free trade agreement with 59 countries, including United States, China, European Union, and ASEAN. South Korea also implemented strategy to foster global companies through economy of scale, transforming the country into industrial powerhouse. The government strategically supported the development of a key industry, leading the rise of world-class corporations like POSCO in steel, Hyundai Industry in shipbuilding, Hyundai Motor in automobile, Samsung and LG in electronics. Today, Korea's top 5 companies, Samsung, SK, Hyundai, LG, Lotte, account for roughly 40% of our national GDP, and the 14 Korean corporations are proudly listed on the Fortune Global 500. Korea's composite stock index has more than doubled over the past years amid the semiconductor supercycle. The rally has been driven largely by soaring share price of Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix, whose HBM stands for high bandwidth memory chips are critical for AI computing. As a result, Korea's stock market capitalization has surpassed those of Canada and the UK, making the world's 6th largest equity market this year. Innovation is embedded in our DNA. In 2024, South Korea's R&D investment to GDP ratio reached 5.13%, ranking second globally only to Israel, with a total R&D spending exceeding $100 billion. This aggressive investment has upgraded Korea's scientific and technological competencies to the global forefront, serving as the primary engine behind our advanced manufacturing prowess. Today, Korea leads global market in semiconductors, AI, electronics, shipbuildings, automobile, electronic vehicle batteries, steel, defense, nuclear energy, biotechnology, healthcare, and advanced cosmetics. Recently, Stanford University ranked Korea 4th globally in AI competitiveness, following the US, China, and India. Through continuous innovation, highly effective administrative systems, Korea continues to enhance its national competitiveness. We provide our citizens with fast, efficient, and seamless public services powered by advanced ICT and digital infrastructures and comprehensive mobile applications. Central and local governments utilize integrated e-government portals that allow vast majority of administrative tasks to be produced online instantly. By actively integrating public feedback, South Korea constantly streamlines public service, minimize bureaucracy, and cut unnecessary regulations. Since launching our economic development plan in the 1960s, Korea has built world-class infrastructures, including extensive highway, high-capacity port, high-speed rail, advanced subway, international airport, stable energy grid, including nuclear power, and a dense fiber optic network. Notably, Korea was the first country in the world to commercialize a nationwide 5G network. Today, 24 major expressways closely interconnect the entire countries, while major metropolitan areas like Seoul features high advanced subway system, new underground high-speed rail, and bus rapid transit network provide unparalleled convenience for our citizens. Furthermore, South Korea is deeply committed to global climate actions, following our pledge to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. We enacted the Framework Act on Carbon Neutrality in August 2021. In October 2025, the Ministry of Environment was strategically reorganized into the Ministry of Climate, Energy, Environment to execute more robust carbon reduction policies. At the COVID-30 summit in Brazil, Korea announced ambitious nationally determined contributions strategy. We are also rapidly expanding investment in green energy sectors, including hydrogen, solar, and wind power. Backed by highly resilient public health systems and cutting-edge ICT technologies, South Korea successfully managed COVID-19 pandemics by keeping its border open and maintaining economic continuity without any enforcing strict lockdowns. Korea also boasts world-class medical institutions equipped with state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment technologies, attracting thousands of international patients annually. In September 2025, Newsweek named 3 premier Korean institutions, Samsung Medical Center, Asan Medical Center, and Seoul National University Hospital, among the top 10 cancer treatment hospitals in the world. Responsible, proactive member of the international community, South Korea is deeply engaged in addressing global challenges, including climate changes, pandemic preparedness, supporting Ukraine, stabilizing supply chain, countering terrorism, and promoting human rights. Much like Kenya, Korea is a dedicated contributor to UN peacekeeping operations, deploying personnel to missions in regions such as South Sudan and Lebanon. Korea proudly serves as non-permanent member of UN Security Councils for the 2024 and 2025 terms, having been one of the greatest historical beneficiaries of multilateralism. South Korea deeply values rule-based international orders and the role of UN. Over the years, distinguished Korean citizens have been elected to lead pivotal international bodies, including United Nations, WHO, and the International Maritime Organizations. Today, many talented Koreans continue to serve right here in Nairobi with the UNEP and the UN Habitat. And alongside our economic technological growth, Korea's cultural soft power has truly blossomed. Korean culture, globally known as Korean Wave or Hallyu, is capturing the heart of millions worldwide, including right here in Kenya. K-pop icons like BTS, Blackpink, Roses, Twice, Stray Kids, and 17 have become global phenomena. Simultaneously, Korean lifestyle products, from K-dramas, award-winning cinemas to smartphone, automobiles, and skincare, enjoy immense popularity across the globe. At the 2022 Emmy Awards held in the United States, Squid Game made history by winning 6 awards. More recently, K-pop Demon Hunters, which premieres on Netflix in 2025, achieved monumental success by winning both Golden Globe and Grammy Awards in January this year. Furthermore, world-renowned pianists like Jo Sung-jin and Lee Myun-chan have trumpeted at the prestigious international competitions and continue to captivate audience on global stage. In the literary world, author Han Kang became the first Koreans to be awarded Nobel Prize in Literature in 2024. At this point, let's take a brief moment to watch a video that beautifully captures the global phenomenon of Korean cultures.
Hallyu or Korean wave, it's a phenomenon of South Korean culture spreading worldwide.
Hallyu or
this
Korean
term
wave,
appeared
it's
in
a
the 90s
phenomenon
when
of South
Beijing
Korean
magazines
culture
were
spreading
surprised at
worldwide.
how fast
This term
the
appeared
Korean
in the
culture
90s
enters
when
Hallyu or Korean wave, it's a phenomenon of South Korean culture spreading worldwide. This term appeared in the 90s when Beijing magazines were surprised at how fast the Korean culture enters other countries. Korean books become bestsellers on Amazon, Korean movies win Oscars, and K-pop groups get billions of views. But when did it all start, all this Korean trend? Samsung has become the synonym of high-tech products. Smartphones, TV, household appliances. Samsung is now part of the everyday life for many people. The company often sponsors international sports events, the Olympic Games, cultural events, fairs. Advertising campaigns and sponsorship not only promote the products but also facilitate the spread of Korean culture and its achievements. Samsung invites K-pop stars and famous Korean actors in its campaigns, which helps draw attention to the Korean pop culture. Through Samsung ad campaigns, Korean celebrities become internationally famous. K-pop and Korean cinema are being popularized. At the end of the 90s, Korean government starts actively investing in cultural industry. Cinema, music, and TV support programs are being created. The first generation of South Korean boy bands appear, such as Hot, Jackskis, aka Jackie, aka Zakskis, and later TVXQ or Dongbang Shenki. They attract many fans in Asia and beyond. Elaborate marketing, high-quality music videos, intensive use of social media and internet platforms for K-pop promotion outside Korea. Korean brands' performances is now the whole show with well-staged choreography. Extravagant, striking, spectacular. Do you remember everybody's favorite Psy and his Gangnam Style? The dance from his music clip became viral and was learned by the whole world. But what does Gangnam Style mean? Gangnam Style is a term in Korea which means a lifestyle of people from Gangnam-gu, one of the most prestigious districts of Seoul. So Gangnam Style means a lavish lifestyle, kind of resembles downtown party animals. The most famous and highest paid K-pop group is BTS or Beyond the Scene. BTS topped the charts multiple times. You remember Dynamite? At their world tours, they were selling out stadiums just like that. They have a bunch of advertising contracts with Samsung, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and many others. They are ambassadors of Korean brands. Their albums are sold in millions of copies. Billions of people are listening to their songs. BTS is one of the most popular artists on social media, having millions of subscribers on various platforms. BTS received many prestigious Korean World Awards, American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, and was nominated for the Grammy. Forbes estimated group's annual income to be over $50 million. Korean TV shows, aka K-dramas, popularized in China, Japan, and Taiwan. There are different genres of this series: supernatural, detective, romantic. One show might combine several genres. K-dramas about everyday life of students in high school, university, or colleges are especially popular. Life stories of people in which viewers see themselves. Such films as Shuri in 1999, the 2000 film Joint Security Area grabbed attention of the global audience. Film directors Park Chan-wook and Kim Ki-duk received recognition at international festivals. Park Chan-wook later worked on Oldboy. You may notice that for the 90s and beginning of the 2000s, many Korean dramas and films in general are beautifully filmed. The beauty is found everywhere, in decorations, locations, actors, their costumes and makeup. Watch the film Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring. Solitude, monastery, lake, forest, mountains, wisdom and suffering, search of redemption. And now let's talk about the most popular and sensational Korean series. Remember? Squid Game. What's the secret of its success? First of all, the original plot. At first sight, participants play children's games, but consequences are fatal. The combination of innocence and violence of life-threatening challenges. Contrast, tension. This series touches upon social and economic problems, inequality, debts, and despair. All this resonates with the audience. Diverse characters, each with their own background and motivation. You get attached to the characters, sympathize with their struggle. Great cinematography, decorations, costumes, special effects, impressive visual aspect of the series. Bright colors, especially green and red. The series has its own style. Suspense and intrigue is maintained throughout the whole show. All that's left to do is to wonder what happens next. Element of virality on social media, memes and challenges. Viewers shared their emotions, thoughts and theories, and this attracted even more viewers. This show introduces you to the Korean culture and traditions, for example, such elements as traditional children's games and Korean cuisine, and to authenticity and uniqueness. As you know, the series was released on Netflix. Do you know what binge watching is? It means TV marathon, when you watch all episodes in one sitting. Well, Netflix published all episodes at once, resulting in binge watching. 2 weeks after Squid Games has become the most popular Netflix show in 90 countries. Some sort of a domino effect also facilitated its success. The release of the series was not particularly announced, and when it came out, people started sharing their experience. Different jokes, TikToks, and Reels began to appear, and of course, the theme song. A month later, the show has reached 142 million viewers. Interestingly, Koreans were not impressed with the show. Many of them watched it because of Lee Jung-jae, who played the main character, player 456. If there is any Koreans watching this video, comment what people in Korea think of the the show. Well, to summarize, through series and films, the viewer finds out more about Korean lifestyle, their food preferences, fashion, behavior, and the cult of beauty. Being pretty is really important here. In Korea, there is no shame in having a plastic surgery. Moreover, it's almost obligatory here because of the beauty standards. And the important thing on your resume here is a photo. Children often receive a plastic surgery from their parents to celebrate their graduation from school or coming of age. South Korea is one of the top 5 countries where plastic surgery and aesthetic medicine are in great demand. 800,000 plastic surgeries are made in Korea every year. Not only girls but also young men do them. More than 20% of patients are males. One of the most popular operations is an eyelid surgery to make the eyes look bigger. Also, small straight nose is trendy here. There are all kinds of prices, but they're much lower than everywhere else, which is why many foreigners go there for rejuvenation. It's also in fashion to be pale among Koreans, so you can hardly find any bronzers here. By the way, I recommend you watch my video about beauty standards in the Middle Ages to see what was valued among medieval beauties. Regardless of time, being young is always in fashion. Koreans try to freeze time by doing anti-aging treatments and paying great attention to skincare. Korean cosmetics are likely to be in your local shop. Don't be shy and write your secret locations with Korean creams in the comments. And logically, the term K-beauty appeared. Speaking of the South Korean beauty industry, it is in the world's top 3 and only surpassed by the USA and France. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, it helps my channel to grow. Also, watch my episodes from Seoul where you can learn about its landmarks and various historic facts. Links to these Korean episodes are in the description.
Armistice agreement since cessation of a Korean War in 1953. Meaning will still face persistent security threats from North Korea. Republic of Korea remains fully prepared to provide comprehensive economic assistance if North Korea takes substantive and verifiable steps toward denuclearizations. However, it is deeply regrettable that Pyongyang continued to advance its nuclear weapons and ballistic program in direct violation of multiple UN Security Council resolutions. Furthermore, North Korea has escalated global anxieties by providing military hardware and deploying troops to Russia in support of war in Ukraine. These unlawful military cooperations between North Korea and Russia, both of which are under strict international sanctions, pose severe threats not only to the Korean Peninsula, but also to global peace and stability. To address these profound challenges, since taking office in June 2025, South Korea President His Excellency Lee Jae-myung has actively pursued visionary policies aimed at achieving denuclearization and lasting peace. Cornerstone of this effort has been restoration of long-suspended inter-Korean dialogue channels. Most notably, President Lee Jae-myung unveiled the END, stands for Exchange, Normalization, and Denuclearization Initiative at UN General Assembly last September. This initiative outlined meticulous and step-by-step roadmap. First, fostering the easing of tensions and rebuilding trust through active exchange. Second, achieving gradual normalizations of bilateral relations. And ultimately, realizing complete denuclearization through structured process of freezing, reducing, and dismantling North Korea's nuclear program. South Korea's policy toward North Korea is a highly pragmatic strategy that confronts the current reality of Korea Peninsula head-on. It seeks to lower immediate tensions while strategically inducing positive behavioral change in North Korea. Naturally, the ultimate success of this initiative rests upon shift in North Korea's attitude, the consensus of Korean public opinion, and the robust support of international community. While South Korea has achieved remarkable economic growth since 1960s, our nations currently navigate complex web of structural challenges. These include critically low birth rate and aging population, slowing economic growth, limited natural resources, persistent security threats, and the stark development imbalance between capital region and the regional province. South Korea firmly believes that these modern challenges cannot be solved in isolation. We hope to address them through deep, innovative, and mutually beneficial partnership with the international community, most notably with the dynamic and forward-looking partners like Kenya. Surrounded by the sea on three sides and with the mountains covering 70% of our territory, Korea boasts wealth of tourist attractions rooted in long history, vibrant cultures, and breathtaking natural scenery. Despite rapid industrializations and modernizations, Korea has beautifully preserved these rich traditional cultures. These include major festival holidays, Lunar New Year called Seollal, Korean Thanksgiving called Chuseok, majestic ancient palaces, and mesmerizing traditional music, dance, and costumes. Furthermore, numerous historical and cultural treasures are spread throughout the countries, including 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and the 23 elements inscribed on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Site. At the same time, in major metropolises like Seoul, Busan, Incheon, you can witness stunning modern urban landscapes and experience fast, seamless public services powered by advanced digital technology. It is a place where tradition and modernity coexist in perfect harmony. I sincerely hope that all of you have an opportunity to visit Korea in the near future and experience these wonders firsthand. Now let's take a look at short promotional video that showcases unique charm of Korea tourism.
To prepare for a new tomorrow, to welcome our new selves. We are breathing new life into a place we already know so well. Come and experience the energy. We are ready. We are ready for mice.
First world map to depict African continent. Created in 1902, Gangnido predate Christopher Columbus' discovery of a new world by 90 years, and Bartolomé Diaz's historic voyage around Cape of Good Hope by 86 years. Furthermore, created 40 years before the Italian Fra Mauro world map of 1450, Gangnido detailed key geographic landmarks of Europe and Africa, including Alps and the Danube rivers and the Orange and the Nile rivers. This incredible artifact provides clear glimpse into Korea's exceptional geographical knowledges and global worldview during that period. Modern diplomatic exchanges between our two nations began with the opening of a Korean Consulate General in Nairobi in August 1963, followed close by formal establishment of Embassy of Republic of Korea in Kenya in February 1964. In turn, the Embassy of Republic of Kenya was officially established in Seoul in July 2007. The year 2024 was a particularly significant milestone as it marked the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Korea and Kenya. To celebrate this Diamond Jubilee, Korean Embassy hosted a variety of commemorative events, including vibrant K-pop performance, cultural art exhibitions, and a meaningful tree planting ceremony. Bilateral trade between Korea and Kenya ranged between 200 and 300 million US dollars annually. Vibrant community of 1,100 Korean nationals reside here in Kenya, and about 13,500 Korean tourists visit the beautiful country last year alone. In terms of trade, Korea primarily imports high-quality Kenya agricultural products such as coffee and tea, while Kenya imports advanced manufactured goods from Korea, including electronics, petrochemicals, and cosmetics. To actively address the trade imbalance, Korea is fast-tracking the import of Kenya avocados and plan to initiate market access as soon as quarantine procedures are concluded. High-level diplomatic exchanges between our two countries have also been active. Two South Korean presidents, His Excellency John Do-hwan and His Excellency Park Geun-hye, visited Kenya in August 1982 and May 2016 respectively. Former South Korean Prime Minister Lee Na-kyun visited Kenya in July 2018, while Speaker of South Korean National Assembly visited Kenya in May 2023 and May of this year respectively. From Kenya's side, His Excellency President William Ruto has already visited Korea twice during his presidency, first in November 2022 and again in June 2024, following the historic visit of His Excellency President Daniel Moi in September 1990. Former Speaker of the National Assembly Justin Muturi visited Korea in March 2014, and the former Senate Speaker followed in September 2015. Since our two nations signed landmark EDCF soft loan framework agreement was $1 billion during President Ruto's visit to Korea, several infrastructure projects have broken ground in Kenya. In Nairobi, Korean firms are currently constructing intelligent transportation system and integrated bus rapid transit network. Currently in Konja Technopolis, pioneering projects such as Kenya Advanced Institute of Science Technology, called Kenya ICE, and Digital Media City are successfully underway. In particular, Kenya ICE completed in April 2025 with investment of about $100 million, proudly hosted its historic Charter Award ceremony at State House on May 14th of this year. The event was graced by presence of His Excellency President Ruto and the Korean National Assembly Speaker Honorable Won-shik. As the flagship crown jewel of Korea-Kenya cooperations, Kenya ICE will recruit top-tier talent by offering full scholarships for its postgraduate program. Moving forward, the institute is destined to cultivate new generation of world-class scientists and engineers who will drive Kenya's digital economic transformations. To date, Korea has implemented over 600 million US dollars worth of ODA projects in Kenya. The Korean International Cooperation Agency, called KOICA, is actively executing vital programs across healthcare, education, water management, agriculture, and climate change response. In Bungoma County's massive clean water supply project, initiated in 2014, is now successfully in its third phase. In Kajaado County, we are heavily reinforcing maternal healthcare infrastructures, having established the Kitengela Sub-County Hospital in 2008. Korea is investing additional 14 million US dollars this year to expand its medical facilities. In Kisumu counties, we are funding comprehensive education and rehabilitation support for children with disabilities. Additionally, Korea Partnership for Innovation of Agriculture, called KOPIA, is working tirelessly to boost local rice productions and the smallholder farmer incomes through the K-Rice Bed initiative and the modernized farming techniques. Furthermore, in Mombasa and Machakos, several Tibet projects are on the way. Korea also extends its heart to Kenya through multilateral channels. In partnership with World Food Programs, Korea continuously provides substantial rice donations to Kakuma and Dadaab refugee camps. In Turkana counties, we are partnering with UNICEF on major wash to secure clean water access for over 170,000 residents. Furthermore, Korea is collaborating with the International Organization for Migration to deliver emergency relief to flood victims in Tana River County. Following the inaugural Korea-Africa Summit hosted in Seoul in June 2024, Korean corporations have expanded their trade and investment horizon in Kenya. Currently, around 30 major Korean companies operate in Kenya, and given Kenya's best developmental potentials, this footprint is poised for gradual growth. In November 2025, Korean Import Association dispatched high-powered business delegations to Kenya, hosting successful investment and trade forums with the Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. More recently, last December, Korean tech firm K-Elec established electronics assembly plant right here in Nairobi to manufacture television and refrigerators. This marks the very first electronic assembly plant of its kind in Kenya, celebrated with a grand launching ceremony attended by Honorable Lee Kinyachui, Cabinet Secretary for Investment, Trade and Industry. Furthermore, Korea's Seongyeon Group is currently making strides to establish large-scale footwear manufacturing plant in Kenya, which I believe will pave the way for many more industrial partnerships. As Kenya invests heavily in mega infrastructures to slash logistic costs and boost regional mobility, Korea is eager to participate. Through fair, transparent, and world-class competitions, Korean companies look forward to partnering in the construction of Kenya's airport, roads, bridges, and energy systems. Notably, Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute and the Nuclear Power Energy Agency of Kenya signed MOU in Vienna in September 2025 to cooperate on nuclear energy research and development. To fuel its expanding manufacturing base, AI ecosystem, data centers, and advanced tech hubs, Kenya needs massive expansion of baseload energy infrastructures, and the plans are moving forward for nuclear power plant in Siaya counties. Given Korea's world-leading nuclear technologies and the Flores safety record, I expect deep, powerful partnership in the nuclear sectors between our two countries. Defense and security cooperation is also hitting new height. Kenya's Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Honorable Soipan Tuya, visited Korea in September 2024 to co-host Responsible AI in the military domain called ReAIM Summit. The Commander of Kenya Navy, Major General Paul Otieno, attended International Maritime Defense Industry exhibitions in Busan in April 2025, and the senior delegations from National Defense College of Kenya visited Korea in April this year. Following MOU signed in August 2022, our two militaries are currently negotiating expanded framework to significantly widen scope of our defense ties. At the local government level, Mombasa and Busan signed the historic sister city agreement in 2023, while Kisumu County has forged cross partnership with the tech-centric city of Ansan. In January of this year, Gyeonggi Province donated 3 advanced ambulances to Baringo County to boost emergency health care. Furthermore, in December 2025, Kisumu County Governor visited Korea to deepen cooperations with Korea's local government. Our maritime cooperation is equally robust. Following Korea's successful hosting of a 10th Our Ocean Conference in April 2025, Kenya is now in the final stage of preparing to host prestigious 11th Our Ocean Conference in Mombasa from June 16th to 18th of this year. To further these partnerships, Korea will donate maritime training vessels to the Bandari Maritime Academy in Mombasa this year, while actively opening the avenues for skilled Korean seafarers to secure employment on Korean commercial vessels. Finally, driven by profound interest in Korean cultures among Kenya youth, King Sejong Institute at Kenyatta University continued to flourish. Since inception in 2011, the institute has produced over 4,500 proud graduates, with more than 120 proceeding to Korea to pursue advanced degrees. Currently, over 400 students are enrolled annually, and this number continues to grow. From K-pop, K-dramas, cinemas, and taekwondo to premium smartphone, smart TVs, and automobiles, Korean innovations and cultures have truly found home in the heart of Kenya people. The massive success of Embassy annual K-pop festival, taekwondo demonstrations, and the National Day reception serve as beautiful testament to the unbreakable bond of friendship between our great nations. Although geographically distant, Korea and Kenya have long maintained close, enduring partnership in both bilateral and multilateral sectors. In fact, our two nations share deep similarities. Light-hearted and unique connection is that English name of our both countries begin with a vibrant letter K. Beyond that, Korea and Kenya are united by fundamental universal values, including steadfast commitment to democracies, presidential system of governance, and a robust market economy. We also share comparable population size, historical experience of overcoming colonialism, and the profound cultural emphasis on family. Furthermore, both countries possess long coastline and show powerful passion for education and diligences. Building upon these strong commonalities, I am convinced that potential for future cooperations between Korea and Kenya is truly limitless. First, I'd like to emphasize the strategic sharing of Korea's economic development experience. Korea is genuinely eager to share economic success story with Kenya. Every year, Korean government provides Kenya public officials and talented students with opportunity to participate in advanced educational and capacity building training program in Korea while actively supporting Tibet curriculum across various regions in Kenya. His Excellency President Ruto has highlighted this vision on multiple occasions, most notably during his State of the Nation address on November 25th of last year, underscoring the importance of benchmarking the economic model of Asian tigers, including South Korea. Furthermore, during official event in Konja Technopolis last October, President Ruto personally emphasized to me critical need for close cooperations with Korea in modernizing Kenya's energy and infrastructure sectors. In this regard, I anticipate that if Korea's development journey is integrated into Kenya's educational books, it will inspire Kenya youth from early ages to benchmark Korea's technical know-how and innovations. Second, we'll actively expand reciprocal high-level diplomatic visit. In diplomatic relations, personal exchange between top-tier leadership, including presidents, deputy presidents, cabinet secretaries, serve as powerful catalysts for cross-sector cooperations. Recently, we have witnessed unprecedented wave of high-level exchanges. Key Kenya leaders, including His Excellency President Ruto, alongside the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, National Treasury, and Economic Planning, have all visited Korea. More recently, in mid-May of this year, South Korean National Assembly Speaker Honorable H.E Kang-Hyung-Shik conducted successful diplomatic mission to Kenya. This was followed in the first week of June by the visit of Kenya's Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, to Seoul to attend historic Korea-Africa Foreign Ministers meeting. Moving forward, I'll continue to dedicate my efforts to facilitating further mutual high-level visit, including future exchange between our head of state. Third, expanding people-to-people exchange is vital for deepening mutual understanding and genuine friendships. In 2025, about 13,500 Korean nationals visit Kenya, while 3,000 Kenyan citizens travel to Korea. I aim to expand these numbers exponentially with a special focus of youth and academic exchange. I'm glad to hear that the St. Paul University have a regular exchange program with the Korean university such as Handong and Yonsei. I'd like to make bridge role in expanding this kind of a students exchange program in the futures. Furthermore, I am personally committed to actively promoting Kenya within Korea to encourage more Koreans to visit these magnificent countries for business, tourism, and advanced studies. We'll utilize our digital platform, mainstream media, to showcase Kenya's breathtaking beauty, rich cultures, immense development potentials to Korean public. Concurrently, Korean Embassy will continue to host dynamic cultural events such as K-pop festival, Korean food fair, film festival, and taekwondo championships, and I cordially invite all of you to actively participate in this celebration. Fourth, robust economic cooperation remains a cornerstone of our bilateral ties. In close coordination with the Korea Trade Investment Promotion Agency, called KOTRA, and the Korean enterprise operating in Kenya, I'll work tirelessly to expand trade volumes, foreign direct investment. At the same time, I'll actively market Kenya's high competitive investment climate, promising sectors of cooperations and unique incentives offered within Kenya's special economic zone and export processing zones directly to major Korean investors. Fifth, I plan to further revitalize cooperations at the local and county government levels. Mombasa is already driving future-oriented urban development through its active sister city partnership with Busan. Going forward, I will personally serve as bridge to foster mutual growth by establishing innovative exchange between Korean municipalities and Kenya's dynamic county government, including Nairobi, Kajiado, Kiambu, Kisumu, and Baringo. Finally, Korea will continue to expand its multilateral synergy with Kenya. Kenya holds unique global distinction of being only country in the global south to host headquarters of major United Nations agencies, especially UNEP and UN Habitat. As a responsible and proactive member of the international community, Korea highly values its multilateral diplomacy in Nairobi. As testament of our shared security goals, Korea proudly supported Kenya's multilateral security support mission in Haiti through dedicated UN Trust Fund. Furthermore, following our successful co-hosting of Summit for Democracies, our two nations will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder on the global stages. As a natural ally sharing universal democratic values and commitment to rule-based international orders, Korea and Kenya are destined to lead global efforts in securing world peace, shared prosperity, and the achievement of a sustainable development goal. Since historic establishment of our diplomatic ties, the scope of cooperations between Korea and Kenya has gradually expanded far beyond the politics, economics, and cultures to encompass vital new sectors including defense, maritime affairs, mining, energy, tourism, and education. Looking ahead, I plan to redouble my efforts to further strengthen deep bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two nations, elevating our bilateral relations to unprecedented height. Furthermore, I'll do my utmost to ensure that Korea and Kenya, as steadfast friends and partners, embark on this beautiful journey of building promising futures together, firmly rooted in mutual respect and shared benefit. I'm well aware that Kenya, much like Korea, possesses extraordinary passions for education, and then Kenyan government as people hold ironclad resolve to build prosperous nations. I'm entirely confident that Kenya will successfully overcome its current challenges and achieve monumental progress across all fields in the near future. It is my sincere hope that Korea will continue to be a meaningful contributor to Kenya's social economic transformations. Together, let us open the vibrant new chapters in our beautiful partnerships, marching toward bright, successful, and shared destiny for both Korea and Kenya. 파모자 투나웨자. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, the Ambassador, for that public. Knows Kiswahili, and you thought that he doesn't know Kiswahili. So thank you so much, Your Excellency, for that insightful and inspiring lecture. Your reflection on the Kenyan-Korean relationship and the opportunities for collaborations, together with the lessons that we can learn as a country, as a university from South Korea development journey, indeed can help us to enrich ourselves immensely. At some point, I thought even by the time he was presenting, I felt like we can do away with going to Singapore, and we go to where? We go to Seoul. It seems the journey looks sweeter. I don't know what we saw in Singapore, but anyway, that's a different story. Thank you so much. I want us to join hands in appreciating the ambassador for that lecture. Can we appreciate him? Thank you so much. Indeed, you prepared for this lecture quite a lot of enriching information. We enjoyed watching those videos. You have taken us from here all the way to South Korea or to Korea, and we felt like we are indeed in Asia, some part of Asia. And thank you so much. Now, in the interest of time, allow me, I know we had planned for Q&A, but I want to, unless it's a very, very burning question. I know there are some other things that we were to do this evening, but unless you have a very burning question, I can allow, Fisi, if you allow, we can do 2 so that we can close. 2 questions in case you have any, so that we can close this session. I can see one hand there. Let me. And the other lady here, you can give the mics, please. Introduce yourself and shoot the question within the shortest time possible. So, and you keep your question short. Put it on. Okay, you can continue. Thank you very much. I hope you have gotten that one, the ambassador. It's a very, very critical question concerning the current affairs between different nations. The other question from, yes. Okay, I had seen another hand here. So can you make it short so that we can also get from him? Evening.
My name is Steven Muterian, final year student taking procurement, and my question is from a diplomatic perspective. How do we increase internship and graduate placement opportunities with Korean companies operating in Kenya for ICT and procurement students, including mentorship structure or in supply development and vendors management? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Maybe the very last one before I see where the lady.
My question, Kenya is known as the Silicon Savannah of Africa. And one thing that most African startups face is funding. They lack critical funding because most of the startups thrive in bootstrap. So I wanted to ask, is there any relation or any interest between South Korea and Africa, whereby maybe through the Korean Investment Corporation or even South Korean venture capitals can come and invest in Kenyan startups? Thank you.
Okay.
And as I venture into the job market, I can't help but ask, what opportunities are there for Kenyan students interested in public democracy and public relations in the Embassy of Korea, to engage in the Embassy of Korea to Kenya? And what steps would you recommend for people or students like I who want to work in the embassy, maybe short term as a paid or unpaid internship, or even long term as a permanent employee? Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Your Excellency, you can respond to those one in a brief way.
Thank you for your excellent questions. I think I bring the simple gift to students for raising questions from the steps. Later you can distribute. First, regarding the war in the happening in Middle East, I think this Middle East war has impact on the global stages, not only in Kenya but also Korea, and the global implications. Especially the Korea is one of the worst victims of this situation, because like I explained, Korea is lack of natural resources. We import 100% on imports from overseas, especially the oil and gas. So at the moment, we depend on the import of natural resources, oil and gas, through the Strait of Hormuz, more than 70%. The current about the 25 commercial vessels transporting the large quantity of oil stuck, stranded in Strait of Hormuz. More than 100 Korean sailors also stranded in the Strait of Hormuz with commercial vessels. So this this is the implications on global stages in the perspective of diplomacies. You know what's happening, the geopolitical tensions and the rivalries between the USA and the China. The Korea is very difficult, the locations. We are surrounded by the big countries like China and Russia. But Korea is one of the strong military ally partnership with the USA. Like I explained, we take advantage of military the alliance with United States. Based upon the United States security guarantee, we can focus on economic development, now becoming one of the 10th largest economies. That's why we need more diplomacies to address those global issues. One nation cannot solve these global issues, including war in Ukraine, war in Middle East, and climate response. So I think we need more partnerships, cooperations, gather wisdoms to address these global issues, including war in the Middle East countries. And then several the students talking about the employment opportunities in the Korean institutions and the Korean companies, especially in the ICT areas. Like I explained, Korea have a good partnership in the Konja Technopolis. I think Kenya is the lucky, have very strong in ICT technologies is the Silicon Savannah in the world. So I think based upon Korea also very strong in ICT technologies, we are producing one of the best the semiconductors and the electronic products, and then the Korea has the capital and the technique. So I think if we combined of capital and the technique of Korea and combined with the Kenya market and the talented young potentials to can produce synergy effect. So I'm now working very hard to attract more Korean companies to invest Kenya. Then which is beneficial for economic development of Kenya, and more importantly, creating many good jobs for young generations, especially including the St. Paul universities. So, of course, Kenya has challenges. So I'm now working several government officials, including Invest Kenya, to have more the business-friendly environment in Kenya. So this it takes some time, but the Korea wants to redouble our efforts to invest more in Kenya, attract more Korean companies from Koreas. Nowadays, one of the example I'm talking about, the Songyeon Korean companies now have a big footwear manufacturing the factory in Vietnam. The Vietnam also now soaring the price of labor cost. Also very difficult to find the laboring large number of neighbors. So they are now already decided to establish the factory of a footwear in Kenya. I think that is one example. But it takes some time to attract a large quantity of the Korean investors. But in the beginning, I'm going to promote Kenya, the big potentials for economic development, and some very talented young generation in Kenya. Also, growing the market. I think Kenya is the gateway countries to East Asia, and that Korean companies can make advantage of Kenya based upon Kenya to expand the more market around the Africa countries. Also some startup the companies also asking about some more investment in Kenya. Like I mentioned, Korea is I think one of the important areas for cooperations between our two countries is the startup, I think. So last year, some of Korean startup companies visit Kenya and have the high-level consultations with the Kenya counterpart, also in Konja Technopolis. So, like I mentioned, I try my best to attract more Korean companies, including the startup as well. Also, the young students ask about the internship or employment in the embassy and some other Korean companies and the public institutions. Considering the importance of the Kenya and the strategic locations and the big market and the potential for economic development in the futures. Last year, one of the Korean government agencies called Korean Exim Bank have opened their office in Nairobi. So even though the small scale, but like I mentioned, there are growing number of Korean government agencies and the Korean companies to increase their investment in Kenya. So I try my best, like I mentioned, to promote Kenya to Korea, so that more and more Korean businessmen will visit Kenya and enjoy the Kenya cultures and the beautiful landscapes, and then increase their investment, create more jobs for opportunities for your young generation, including the students of St. Paul University. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Excellence, before you sit down, I would want us, you appreciate the 4 students. You know, I told you to ask questions, you didn't. So the 4 who have asked, you're supposed to be here. You receive your gift from the ambassador. If you can make it faster than that. You can greet the ambassador as you receive your gifts. Thank you so much. Before you sit down, Your Excellency, you can have your seat. I know there are those who positioned themselves strategically, and I mentioned at the beginning. You see, if you hear there is an ambassador who is coming, see, as Guinea, if you hear there is a president coming, at times we wear T-shirts that are branded Kenya with a flag of Kenya, right? So if you know that you have a T-shirt labeled either Korea or Hadong, you are supposed to be here. You also receive something, right? Those who are in marketing, they know how they position themselves. You can appreciate this to Modoni. And now you are covering it. Look at this one. And we also have this one. So next time if you hear an ambassador is coming, you better even go and buy a T-shirt and come with it. Thank you so much. Let's appreciate the ambassador. Thank you so much. So I have one more question. Who will answer? Now look at these ones. Who will answer my question? I can see you don't want to offer yourself. Can you come for a gift? Even I will not ask a question. You will not. This one will be presented by the DVC. DVC, please come and present this one. Just willing to answer a question. Let's appreciate them. Thank you so much. Have a seat. Thank you. Let me see. I have a question. Who will answer now? Anyway, thank you so much. I want to invite lecturer Elizabeth to come and move a vote of thanks in a very simple way. And then after that, I will be inviting the VC to present a gift to our ambassador. Let's appreciate lecturer Elizabeth.
Thank you very much. So His Excellency, Ambassador Kang, Professor Esther Mombo, our VC, our Deputy Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration, Dr. Kula, our Acting DVCAA, Dr. Petronila, our Corporate Affairs Manager, Mr. Michael Mungai, our University Board of Management, members of Senate, faculty members, the student. It's my honor to actually deliver this vote of thanks. We want really to appreciate you, Ambassador Kang. Thank you for taking your time to grace this particular event. And we are so grateful for the valued and long-standing partnership that you have created between us and South Korea. Your commitment to supporting Kenyan growth, especially in digital transformation, in agriculture, in technology, does not go unnoticed. And we also want to extend a lot of thanks, even for the benefits that we have received as a university because of the existing partnerships. You've seen our innovators here. We have benefited from people-to-people exchange programs, and we are very grateful, and we look forward to more partnerships. We look forward to participate also in the investment exchange programs that will happen in Kenya, of course, as a university, but also as a country. And we also want to appreciate our VC, Professor Esther Mombo. Thank you for inviting His Excellency to grace this event. That, of course, shows our great, or your leadership and commitment to extending our horizon in the international forum. And I believe that this will actually open, it has continued to open St. Paul's University to the world. We are so grateful also to the senior management for your leadership, your commitment towards broadening our horizon as a university, and we look forward to benefiting from international exchange programs, and also, as mentioned by his ambassador, opportunities for our students as far as internship and attachments are concerned, and also job opportunities, and in addition, also innovation opportunities. We also want to extend our vote of thanks to the coordinating team, the ambassadorial team. I know it takes a lot of efforts, to bring our ambassador, His Excellency, here. So we really appreciate all the work behind the scene that has gone beyond the planning. And also we want to extend our vote of thanks to ICT team, the corporate affairs team. We also want to extend our vote of thanks to all the university departments that have been involved in planning of this particular event. We also want to extend our vote of thanks to all the service providers. I can see the media team here. I know there are some that I may not have mentioned, but please feel appreciated. And most importantly, we want to appreciate our students. Thank you for coming to grace this event, and I believe that it has been insightful. I believe you have taken a lot of lessons that you will use, going forward. So, asante sana. Kaps na sinda, we have felt your jang, and the Korean people. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. I didn't know that Lecturer Elizabeth can speak in Korean. Whatever that means, it's okay. Can we appreciate her as well? Thank you so much to everyone who has been appreciated. I believe that this lecture goes into our history, that we have really benefited from it. I have taken actually so many notes here for reference, when trying to compare our nation with Korea, and also the opportunities that are there. And I want to believe that from here, and especially through our partnership office, we are going to get some communications. I know there is something the ambassador had mentioned about the scholarships that the president had launched just the other day. So we will see how best our students can benefit from. Be on the lookout of the things the university is providing and facilitating. Allow me now to invite our VC and acting DVC AA to come and present these gifts, and also the DVC FNA. And our ambassador, if you can come kindly on behalf of the university, as a sign of appreciation for delivering that very impactful public lecture, please feel appreciated from the university.
Allow us to appreciate our guest with the university memorabilia, and we do hope that he comes back again next time. Before we start our road to, you said we go to Seoul instead of Singapore. So in Kenya we sink a hole, but then we go to Seoul. Thank you.
So we would want you to line up there for a group photo. The VC, the ambassador, can see the ambassador also wants to pay back immediately. Let's appreciate the ambassador. Thank you for that. So if we can have a group photo, if you can give me this. Good, thank you. You can. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You can take your seat. And also allow me to appreciate this team, the sign language interpreters. They did a good job. They never got tired. You see? Thank you so much for the wonderful work that you do. At times I try to follow you, but I get lost along the way. I hope I'll get into one of your classes, at least to understand the basics. Thank you so much. So, on behalf of the university and courtesy of the Vice Chancellor, we are all invited for a cup of tea outside here. Please get yourself a cup of tea as an appreciation also for participating in this public lecture. Allow me now, even as we bring this to a closure, that we all stand so that we can receive final prayer. And I think I will request our Vice Chancellor to bless us, even as she gives us the benediction. Vice Chancellor.
Let us pray together. Creator God, as your children, we want to thank you for the gift of this day that has come to an end. We want to thank you for the lecture that we've had. We want to thank you for creating space for us to partner with others with the same mission and vision for our world. So we pray now that as we part from this place, that you go before us with your blessings, clearing the path, especially for those who travel from this space to their homes. And we pray that the partnership we began this day will grow both us and the Korean embassy. But above all, it will bring glory and honor to you as we serve you in this world. We thank you again for being our creator, being our God, and accepting us as your children. And this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much. So we'll allow our guests to recess, and then after that we will follow and share together with for a cup of tea.
to prepare for a new tomorrow, to welcome our new selves. We are breathing new life into a place we already know so well. Come and experience the energy. We are ready. We are ready for mice.
Hallyu or Korean wave is a phenomenon of South Korean culture spreading worldwide. This term appeared in the 90s when Beijing magazines were surprised at how fast